Hey, Heather here with another episode of What's the 411? And today I'm going to give you the 411 on the GreenPan Carb-Reducing Rice Cooker. And that just means I'm going to tell you everything you need to know and answer some questions that you may have never even thought to ask so that you can get the most out of the product. But before we begin, hit like and subscribe. It lets YouTube know that you enjoy my content and gets it sent out to more people. And if you already own this product, I'd love to know what you make in it. Let me know in the comments below. Now, let's get started. The GreenPan Carb-Reducing Rice Cooker comes in two configurations: the QVC exclusive version and the mass market, the one you can get everywhere else. The version that I'm displaying today is the QVC exclusive, and this is the color sand. It comes in a multiple array of colors. And the QVC exclusive version has 10 presets on board. They are white rice, brown rice, carb-reducing white, carb-reducing brown, wild rice, multigrain, steel-cut oats, beans, quinoa, and soup. Soup is the exclusive QVC preset. The mass market configuration contains all of the presets that I just listed, with the exception of soup, which it replaces with barley. Now, here's what you get in your pack-up. Of course, the unit itself here, and it's very light. I think it only weighs a couple of pounds, not even. It's made of a heavy-duty plastic. And you'll also notice that it's very sleek. There's really no buttons on the front to speak of, except for this button right here, which we're going to open and I will reveal what's inside. But coming along with the unit itself, you're going to get a user guide. And you know me, you know what I'm going to say next. It's written in a font that's readable. There's also a quick start cheat sheet here. In addition, you're going to get a rice spoon, a soup ladle, a measuring cup for your grain, and you want to make sure that you're using level measures. You get a 3-prong power cord here, as well as 8 recipe cards. And I put my favorite recipe here, chocolate chip brownies. Yes, you can make chocolate chip brownies in your GreenPan Carb-Reducing Rice Cooker. Another one I also like is cinnamon apple oatmeal. Yum. And then this one is for a low carb rice fajita bowl. Greek quinoa salad. And what I love about them, on the recipe cards you have great color pictures, and then on the back, the complete recipe. So there's a lot of yummy stuff. Now I'm going to go ahead and open it up here for you. Because inside, this is your 8-cup inner pot. And what I love about it is they have the requirements embossed inside and outside of the pot for both regular rice and your low carb white or brown. So don't feel like you have to remember exactly or memorize them, because they've embossed it right on the pot for you. And this is an 8-cup inner pot, so it will make 4 cups of regular white and brown rice and 3.5 cups of your carb reducing white or brown. And this right here is the star of the show. This is the baby that reduces the carb load on your rice. And so what you would do is, once you put in your grain and the correct amount of water, you're going to put your carb reducer tray just like this. And when you set your timer, or when you choose your preset and close it, what's going to happen is, as it cooks like a percolator, it's going to water is going to collect here, and it's going to be, once it's done, it'll be very kind of cloudy and milky looking. And that's your indicator that the carb load has been reduced. And in fact, it will reduce it to by 33%, or a third of the regular carb load on your white rice or brown rice will be reduced. So that's how the magic happens. Now, as I alluded to earlier, you'll notice that there are no buttons aside from the one that I just pushed to open it. That's because as soon as you plug it in, the LED screen right here is going to light up, and then you're going to hit the start button, which will also be illuminated, and hold that for 1 second. And then you can go ahead and read the LED screen and use these buttons here, which will also be lit up. And these are your navigational right to left buttons. And once you choose the preset of your choice, you hold down it for 1 second. It will start the timer, and the time is going to illuminate here, and it'll be very large, almost like the digital clocks that we used to have, or at least I used to have when I was a kid. So it's really, really easy to read. Even from a distance, you can see the time you have left from your room. But it's really, really easy to navigate, very, very easy to use, and I really, really appreciate it. One other quick note that I want to alert you to is, here you might get some condensation, a little bit of water. And so you want to, take a paper towel or cloth after it's done and make sure to wipe this out, and also keep this top part clean as well. That's really important. That's kind of standard operating procedure for rice cookers in general, but I want to particularly bring that to your attention. Now, there's also some great features included in this particular rice cooker, which make it a game changer in my book. And the first one is in the 10, I should say, presets that we discussed. There are default times. Like, for instance, for white rice, regular white rice, making that, the default time is 40 minutes. Okay? The beauty of this machine is that you have the ability to change or alter those defaults. And that really gives you the control that will allow you to cook a lot more than just what the preset is dictating. And that's why you can make those chocolate chip brownies in your rice cooker. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, okay, Heather, what do you really mean by that? Give me an example. Like I said, the default time for white rice is 40 minutes. But you can adjust that time to as low as 25 minutes or as high as 60 minutes. So again, that means that you have the ability to cook a lot more than rice using the white rice preset. That makes this a game changer. Let me give you another example. Using the soup. Okay, the default time for the soup preset is 60 minutes. Okay, so that 1 hour. But you can adjust that default time to as low as 30 minutes or as high as 180 minutes. 180 minutes. Yes, I did say that. So again, you can cook a lot more than soup using that preset. And those are only just 2 examples. Remember, there are 10 presets. So you really can cook to your heart's content. I mean, whatever you desire, you really can, because you can, I guarantee you there's a preset that with a little bit of adjustment, which you are able to do, you'll be able to cook just about anything. So that to me really makes this not just a rice cooker, a multi-cooker. Now, and then I've had this come up too. People have said, well, it's just a gimmick, that carb reducing stuff, because you just basically, if I just wash my rice, no, it's so much more than just washing rice, because frankly you should be washing your rice anyway. But the significance of 1/3 less of a carb load is nothing to gawk about, especially if you're someone who has to really take account to how many carbs you're actually consuming. Maybe you're a diabetic, or you're just on a carb reducing diet. And to really get the significance, let's explore something together. And think of it this way. The body's natural modus operandi, if you will, is to take the food that we eat, in this case carbs, and basically process it into sugar that fuels our body. So basically, that big bowl of pasta that you ate for lunch, and maybe the candy bar that you had as a snack, your body is basically viewing both as sugar. Okay? And so it's going to use that sugar to fuel your body and store fat. So it uses the sugar, stores the fat. And so another thing you need to realize, to really get the gist of why this is important, is that a lot of the things that we consume, we may not actually realize that it's carbs. Like, I'm sure there are people out there that didn't realize that, the pasta, carb laden, in essence, When your body's done processing it, it's sugar. Okay? So keep that in mind. Your body's modus operandi is to convert the carbohydrates that you're eating into sugar. So it views it as sugar and store fat. So if you've ever wondered how those carb reducing diets like keto work, here's a way to think of it. When you actually reduce the carb load that the body is accustomed to getting, if you're one that, you know, has the, I would say, the standard American diet, which is typically carb laden, when you reduce that, you're forcing your body to actually adapt. So what it will do when it doesn't have the normal carb load that you fed it, instead of storing that fat, it will then start processing that fat into energy, and that process is called ketosis. So your body says, okay, well, wait a minute, I don't have enough sugar, or I don't have my normal sugar load. So instead of storing the fat, it starts processing it and using it for fuel. And that process is called ketosis. That's where the keto diet gets its name, because in essence, if you're on keto, when you're just starting, what you're trying to do is get your body into ketosis. In other words, to start, instead of storing the fat, to start processing it as fuel. And in that process, that's where the weight loss comes from, because your body is no longer storing fat, it's using it. Okay, so your body is very adaptable. So if you are someone, again, that has to watch your sugar intake for a myriad of reasons, this is another way that you can make a better choice. Because, hey, maybe rice is a staple and you don't want to totally deprive yourself because it is a carbohydrate, but being able to reduce a third of it may mean, hey, I could have a little. So that's a game changer. And the beautiful thing is that you can still have and make regular rice, but just the ability to have that is a game changer. And then, like I said, because you can alter the defaults, sky's the limit in what you can make in it. And it's got a small footprint. Wonderful. So I'd highly recommend it. One thing I also need to let you know is that there is also a delay start timer on this. So you can delay the time for all the presets, except for the soup preset. That's the only one that you cannot use delay timer on. So keep that in mind. But other than that, every other preset will work fine on that. There's also a warming feature. So at the end of your preset cycle, it will automatically go into warm to keep your food warm until you're ready to eat it. They do recommend that you not use this for more than 3 hours, because then you're getting into, frankly, after 3 hours, more than 3 hours cooking it again. And so you might end up, burning your food. So they don't recommend that you use it after 3 hours. So keep that in mind. Now, at the time of this recording, this versatile cooker, the best price that I found was actually on QVC. It was $129. Walmart version, they were actually selling it for $149.99. Amazon has it for $129.95. Now, it is worth doing some price comparison because you definitely it definitely varies. I bought mine for well under $100, for example. It was like $79.99. So definitely, if this is something that you're interested in, take the time to do some price comparison because it's really worth it. It's really a great machine. So that is the 411 on the GreenPan Carb Reducing Rice Cooker. Thanks so much for watching and have a great day.